Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining today's webinar. My name is Diego Messen. I am vNode Automation Product Manager, and today we are going to give you a resume about what is vNode Automation version 1.21. It's pretty much the new release that we have been working since a lot of months ago. Remember, this is a Zoom meeting actually that will be recorded, of course, and it will be sent back to you after we finish it. Okay, so you can type your questions over the chat button located in your Zoom menu, right down. And that's it. If you have any kind of questions, please submit it by there. We will be having some panelists and attendees that will be answering your questions from our side. In this case, my colleague Anthony will join to us. Actually, he will be answering some kind of questions and of course presenting different features from the platform. Okay, so let's start with the agenda. Okay, I'm gonna change it back to here. In the agenda, let's start talking about who is behind vNode automation software. In this case, who is the company that is the vendor of this platform, which it is Vector Business. We are going to talk about vNode IoT Gateway. This is pretty much like a brief explanation about what is vNode IoT Gateway. What is new in the new version of 1.21? What are the new features related to the new security improvements, to redundancy, to LDAP, to alarm notification systems. And of course, we are going to talk about what is going to come in soon in the next 2 months with the new feature that will be added in the new version, okay? I just recommend you to stay here until we finish the webinar because we have a surprise for you guys. So we really appreciate your attention here. This is pretty much like a good bonus for you all that attend this, and it will be pretty much interesting for your projects. So thank you very much. I'm going to start about who is Vector Business company. Vector Business is a company with more than 16 years of knowledge, of experience working in the automation field that is providing industrial software solutions for connectivity, visualization, IoT solutions, and workshop trainings in different technologies. Our main offices are located in Spain, France, Costa Rica, and United States. Vector Business right now is the vendor of vNode automation software, which it is the IIoT solutions line in the company with many install base around the world. Now, my colleague Anthony Herrera from vNode Automation Account Manager will be explaining to you something related to vNode Automation software. Anthony, please go ahead.
Thank you, Diego. Yes, to have a better understanding of the new features in the version 1.21, we need first to understand what vNode is all about. So basically, vNode, it is an IIoT gateway that you can download it from our webpage, vnodeautomation.com, under the download section. And after that, you can install it on your computer. The good fact of vNode automation is that it is a gateway in software version, so many people can access to it. vNode, in view that this is an IoT gateway, it allows you to interconnect your plant floor devices or IoT sensors with third-party applications or third-party systems, or even to the cloud, as you are watching right now in your screen. So if you see here with vNode automation, we can read from many protocols in the industry field. For example, we can read by OPC from Matricon OPC servers. We can read also from OPC UA servers or from the OPC UA protocol as well. We also support connections to ABB PLCs from also to Modbus devices. Also, we can read with vNode from MQTT brokers, among others. All that data that you are collecting with vNode automation, you can push out the data to applications like PyOssisoft, or even to the cloud like Amazon Web Services or Microsoft Azure, or even Google Cloud, or any cloud by MQTT protocol. The same with OPC UA, because vNode supports natively OPC UA. And what about if you need to read the data coming from a Siemens S7 PLC and deliver it like a Modbus slave? Also, you can do it because vNode, it is not just an application that allows you to deliver the data to the cloud. If not, that you can deliver the data to the protocol that your end application supports. Said that vNode supports nearby 43 models, it means that vNode supports many industrial protocols as well. The good fact is that vNode works under two kinds of architectures. The first one is this architecture that you are watching right now, in which this is called the standalone architecture. And basically, you just need one vNode instance here to collect the data from these data sources and push out the data to these end applications. However, vNode supports other kind of architecture, and this is called the distributed architecture. The good part of this architecture is that you can read data from multiple geographically different sites. For example, imagine that you need to collect data from 2 different sites in your country, or even from 2 different electrical substations in different countries as well. So in this case, you can set a vNode instance in one of these remote sites, and this instance is called remote vNode. The vNode remote will be collecting the data from this site as well by every protocol. For example, Modbus, DMP3, OPC UA, DNM, and many others. After that, every vNode remote in every site will be delivering the data to the central vNode. And the central vNode will be delivering the data as well to the end application, like an SQL database, SCADA system, Historian, ERP systems like SAP, any business intelligence platform, or to the cloud, or to whatever. The good fact here is that you can centralize all your data, and this is good because many times your third-party systems just supports one connection to the data source. And if you need to receive data from different sites, that would be many data sources. In that case, you can centralize the data with vNode automation and make just one connection to your end application. Said that, and having a better understanding of what vNode is, let's talk about the new features that vNode has embedded in the software with the release of 1.21. Diego, the word is yours.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you for this excellent explanation about what is vNode automation software. We really appreciate it. Yes, of course, as Anthony told you, actually, we have a lot of things related to vNode automation version 121 version. In order to start talking about vNode brand new features added to the new version, just a quick remind you, and I just want to make sure everyone is under the same page. vNode is a solution-ready software. That means everything is already developed, actually, right? It is a modular platform with more than 40 models, actually, that you can install vNode under any operating system OS that you wanted of your preference, even if you are trying to work with Windows, or even if you prefer to use Linux, or even if you want to install vNode on ARM environments, you can use it and you can install it over there. Okay. So vNode 121 version came with a new core redesign. Okay. As you know, vNode is already developed under JavaScript and HTML5, which means it's a pretty good web start application that you can run it, and you can open up a web user interface from a web browser in this case. Based on the new core redesign, it means that it will process better and faster more upcoming data and outgoing data, allowing you actually and users to level up the performance and efficiency more than a 50% compared to the older versions. Okay. In this case, vNode will provide the full capabilities to perform tasks thanks to its wonderful calculation engine and data treatment by increasing the speed processing due to its multiple updates to its own DNA, actually. In the other hand, as you already know, vNode will support, actually, it already supports Store&Forward as a native feature under the platform. It will keep the Store&Forward feature as a native condition, Well, in this case, it will be working with the new enhancement, making even better a reliable IIoT solution, in this case, to perform different tasks, to provide reliable communication, and to be a secure platform. Okay. During this part, in the secure platform, and secure part, vNode works compliant with the security update supported by the ETF, implementing TLS 1.3 protocol. In the TLS 1.3 protocol, we have multiple benefits work, in this case, applying and using this type of protocol right now, okay? The first one, it will be assure forward secrecy. Thanks to the new update, in the event that an intruder is able to set up an early session, they will no longer be able to recover that session's content. All cyber suites provide forward secrecy thanks to the use of the DH key agreement. So in this case, we have no RSA key agreement. In this case, because vNode support RS, and in this case, vNode 1.21 version now replace the RSA key agreement by simplifying the handshake and, of course, reducing HTTPS overhead. Okay, it will eliminate obsolete cryptographic algorithms, and of course, it will work with better protocol. In this case, with the latest version that is 1.3. In this case, the 1.3 actually encrypts data, providing a secure communication channel between two endpoints, and eliminates the cryptographic algorithms. And of course, it will simplify the handshake by reducing the HTTPS overhead, and it will be transferred in a faster communication between client and a server. In this case, as Anthony already mentioned you, in a distributed architecture with a client and a server, vNode remote, vNode central. Okay. Based on that, and speaking of security, of course, over the same line, the vNode actually supports now redundancy over nodes. It will turn your critical environment into a blinded system against hardware or system failures. This is a core feature starting from now, which it means this is not a model. Even better, it's a functionality that will be configured based on a critical environment or systems, which involves two or more vNode pairs working as a primary or even a backup. In this case, if one computer in which vNode is already installed will fails, the other one, thanks to the redundancy configuration, will join up, and it will be sending information to the end environment and application, and this actually will be transferred to the end solution. Okay. But not only the nodes will be redundant in this case, we already care about the connectivity based on the devices, on the shop floor devices and the applications. In this case, your shop floor devices connectivity will now be assured to, because we have the vNode Redundancy Agent, which it is a model, actually in this case, that allows you to create redundant pair connections based on TCP/IP protocol. So you can set up your redundant controllers as a primary and secondary, and vNode Redundancy Agent will determine whether the configuration, in this case, and whether the controller stop collecting data, and switch it up to the second one being transparent to the end application. If you have two controllers from Schneider, two Siemens controllers from S7, if you have, I don't know, like two OPC UA servers, and you need actually redundant because your critical environment is pretty much important for you, and the data is pretty much important for you, you can set up the redundancy agent model and you perform redundancy between channels. Okay, this is a good way in which you can do it using Modbus, DMP3, Siemens, OPC UA, databases, of course, and many others like REST API or even MQTT channels. Okay, this part of the model is pretty much a brand new model added to the core 1.21 in this case, but in the same line of the security, but in the part of managing the platform, vNode LDAP feature allows you to manage and control your vNode instances from your Active Directory according to your IT policies. In this case, Active Directory is a service for Microsoft that makes important information about individual and available on limited basis within a certain entity. actually, and meanwhile, LDAP is a protocol not exclusive to Microsoft that allows users to query an Active Directory and authenticate access to it, which is mean actually that in this case with LDAP, it helps the communication with the Active Directory. It is not limited to Windows, which means that you can work based on Linux or Unix, whatever you want it. It is open source, high flexibility, requires no device management protocol, and of course, it is the way that vNode as a lightweight access can use the LDAP to communicate through the Active Directory. And now from your IT department, you can manage the users and control to the access to the platform of vNode automation software. Okay, based on credentials, on authorized requests, and everything like that. Okay. Just for the records, of course, we already talked about the alarm and notification system because right now we wanted to know whether we have a problem and even if we want to be notified, to get notified about any issue related to the plant. So when something needs attention, we need to be notified about that. That's why we already create alarm notification system. Configure notification to read anyone, in this case, or anytime for any reason. The notifier models enable messages containing alarms and tag values that be sent to a group of users that you can declare under the platform. These notifications can be triggered by an alarm or set of alarms, a tag condition, or even set a periodic notification. The data sent displays in tables where the columns and level of details are also customizable. In this case, we support, in this case, notification messages based on email and of course by SMS by using an SMMPP server from a third party. So if you have an SMMPP server and you wanted that vNode can be connected through it, you just need to type the credentials regarding to the SMMPP server, and then you can modify the whole parameters on vNode that allows you to communicate over that and send SMS messages to your, I don't know, to your group of users in this case, okay? This is a great functionality. Actually, it is a model that you can enable once you install vNode, okay? And it will help you in this case to get notified over 2 different channels if you have any kind of need under the plan, or you need, or you're planning some kind of attention, okay? Just to talk about the new connectivity models added, actually, in the connectivity part, we already talked about alarms, which is not a connectivity, which is part of the feature. We already talked about the security part, the redundancy, but in the connectivity based on the data sources in the shop floor devices, we added 3 different and more protocols we supported right now with vNode. Of course, we supported a lot of them, but you already know, this is 3 are new one. The first one is KISO ATS client, which means it is pretty much a protocol that communicates to the KISO, in this case, the system operator from California, and get information from power generation. It will use an API that connects directly to the dispatch system in California. We have another one that is Farrell client that we support connectivity to UMB and TAF Farrell's RTUs using the Farrell protocol. So we have straight connectivity to them. And the last one, if you are working with ABB PLCs from AC 400, 450, 500, and 800, we support straight forward connectivity to those controllers by using BIP protocol that you have to enable on your controller, your PLC. Okay, those 3 connectivity models are added. They are already ready to use once you install vNode. And what is next on the version 1.21 that we are going to add it in the next 2 months, another 3-4 features that will be added right now are the audit trail for pharma. In the case you are working in pharmaceutical part, you will be having an audit trail model so you can manage and control the whole environment. We are going to add the feature of supporting a OPC UA HA server in this case, because right now vNode support all the OPC UA real-time server. Now we are going to support OPC UA server, so we can transfer historical data that is already logged on a Mongo historian from vNode and will be shared over the OPC UA server to multiple clients that already support OPC UA HA. Okay, and of course the OPC UA server allows you to filter the tags that you are going to share to multiple clients based on user. So any different user will see different type of group of tags, and any other will not see it. Okay. And as last but not least important, the MQTT client model will have a great actually change in the case of support payload, custom payload as a publisher. So you will be publishing to multiple brokers, to any broker, to a specific broker, whatever you want it, and you can customize the payload so the end broker in this case will support it and see the data as it wanted. Okay. Those 4 new features will be added in the next 2 months, of course. Right now we are testing it and working really well, and we will be notifying you. Okay. And as I told you, the surprise for you right now. Okay, this moment we were waiting. Actually, thanks for being attentive to the webinar. In appreciation for staying so far with us, we prepare you a gift to all you attendees. In the first part, actually, you have a chat right now. I am going right now to post right here a link. You can see it actually in the chat. By entering this link, I am touching here in the chat. You can download vNode version 1.21, and you will have access to a 30 days trial key, okay, that we will be providing back to you, okay? And of course, things are getting better. You will be having access to those 4 benefits added right here. We can give you a free advisory to implement IIoT projects, of course, with connectivity. We help you through the design architecture for your implementation. We give you a training entry level for vNode with a certificate for free. So you will be accessing to a training with us, one of our engineers, in a virtual training with a virtual machine, with a server, in which you will be working with vNode. We will be giving you a proof of concept based on your project requirements and needs that will allow you to use the 30 days trial key for this implementation. What you just need to do is go to the web page, download vNode automation software version 1.21 based on your OS you want it. If you can see it right now, you will be seeing that there's Linux and Windows, so you can use it whatever you want it. And once you fill up the form, we will be contacting you at least during these 2 days, business days, and we will be giving you the 30 days trial, and we will be starting with the vNode entry level. What about that? So this is pretty much a good solution. This is pretty much a good idea in which you will be testing the software. And of course, we will be giving you the knowledge of using the software, the solution. And then you will be having, of course, a proof of concept and a 30 days trial key license. Okay. Any questions as far as now? I'll be giving you some time so you can type your questions right here. Remember that you can install vNode on Windows, on Linux, on ARM. And of course, vNode is a modular platform, so you can test all the software models once you install the product right now. It will give you the opportunity to test everything that you already saw on the meeting, in the webinar, and of course, the other models that we already have. Okay. And if you want us to help you through the implementation, through the architecture design, or a proof of concept, please let us know and we will be happy to help you. Okay. So if you have any kind of questions, please let me know. I'll be attentive right here. Of course, Anthony is right here answering questions on the chat. If you want any other questions related to the platform, please let me know. So I think this everything is pretty much clear. If you want to be more extensive with the questions, I'm gonna give you the option of write it down to my email right here. So if you want to talk to me anytime regarding an IoT projects, I'll be attentive and pretty happy to help you. Okay. So guys, thank you very much for your time today. I really appreciate all your effort to be here and joining the meeting. So thank you very much and have a great day. Bye-bye. Thank you.